Welcome to another episode of Supernatural Stories. For today, we have a compilation video of Supernatural Stories 12, starting from the Shadow Man, Follow Me Home to Pontianak, a construction site, to the Hantu Kumkum and the Doppelganger, the latest one. So, I seen you guys love the videos and you guys give it more support. So, thank you guys for all the support on being part of this community. And as much as I love what you call this, doing ghost stories, I love entertaining. So but this is still a ghost story episode, so let's start with the Pontianak. So let's start with the Ghost Follow Me Home, the Shadow Man. Let's go. Today we have a story from Ridwan, who recalls seeing a Shadow Man figure one night. Let's go. My name is Ridwan. I work shifts. Sometimes I come home late at night around 2 to 3 a.m. Usually going home is fine, but this one night felt different. The time is 1:30 a.m. I finally clocked out of my workplace and headed down to the car park. While walking, the night felt breezy and quiet. Walking to my car in the dimly lit car park, I suddenly felt uneasy, as if something was wrong. So, I just walked straight towards my car, and at the side of my eye, I saw a black shadow walking past the pillar. I turned, but there was nothing there. Closing my eyes, shaking my head and thinking it was my imagination, I quickly got into my car, put in the keys, and turned on the engine. After I turned on the engine, I drove off. While turning into the ramp of the car park, I looked at my rear view mirror, and what I saw was a tall black figure standing in the middle of the dimly lit car park, just standing there facing me. After seeing that, I said, "What is that?" So what I did was I muttered prayers and I just drove off. When I reached my multi-story car park, I parked my car, and at that time, it was already 2 a.m. I suddenly heard footsteps behind me, and when I looked, there was no one there. I then took the lift to go down to walk to my block, and while facing the playground as I walked towards my block, I saw that same tall shadowy figure standing beside the lamppost near the playground. A bit like Slenderman, am I right, guys? So, after seeing that again, the thing I thought to do was to say prayers again. So I muttered prayers. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. And I walked fast into my block. As I waited for the lift, I suddenly get goosebumps all the way from my neck to my spine, feeling a cold breeze. And finally, the lift reaching towards my floor. First floor. I opened the lift door as fast as I can, and I went in and pressed my floor and closed the door as fast as I can. When the door was closing, suddenly, when it was just ajar left, it opened back up. At that point, I took a deep breath and I said, "Do not disturb me. I never disturb you. Please, 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 please." And then I pressed the door button to close. The door hopefully closed, and I was relieved. And when the thing go all the way up to my floor, Level 5. I went out of the lift, still having goosebumps. The moment I stepped out of the lift, I felt a cold breeze suddenly hit me. Then I heard footsteps running towards me. After hearing that, I quickly ran towards my unit, and I've quickly taken my keys, unlocked the gate, and unlocked the door. And before entering my unit, I looked out one more time to close the gate, and what I saw was that same tall figure standing there in the middle of the corridor. I quickly slammed the gate shut. I closed the door, locked it, and go and wash my hands and feet. Throughout the night, I can't sleep because the encounter I had with that black figure was too scary, and it haunts me till today. But luckily, throughout the next few nights, I did not encounter that same black figure again. The Shadow Man. Honestly, for myself, I've seen the Shadow Man sometimes, but sometimes it was just my shadow. So let's go to episode 57, the Pontianak at construction site. Let's go. My name is Ali. I've been working as a crane operator for more than 5 years. Heard many stories of people encountering the mystical creature or paranormal, but not once myself until this day. So, for this project, I have to do the crane works at night. So, this one night, it was after the break, I recall. I went up to my crane, and we have a walkie-talkie with the ground team. So, as per usual, communicating with my ground team, moving stuff here and there, I suddenly saw a white cloth at the top of my crane. At the start, when I saw that, I thought to myself, whose clothes were stuck at the top of the crane? When suddenly I came to my senses and think, how could it be up there? So, what I did next was I comms using the walkie-talkie to the ground team and asked them, do you guys see that? The thing that is on top of my crane? All of them went silent. And suddenly they replied, yep. I asked them, what is that? Because it is not clear from my view. Then suddenly they went quiet again. On the comms, I repeatedly asked, what is that? Hello, hello, hello. But they went silent. And suddenly, when I looked down at all of them, they will all group up together. And soon later, on the walkie-talkie, I hear them comms saying, Ali, come down. Don't look at it, come down. I said, why? And they said, just come down. Before preparing to come down, I suddenly hear banging noise coming from the top of my crane. And when I look at the white cloth, it is not in view. At that moment, my heartbeat raced. And suddenly the comm said, Ali, wait for a while. It's near your entry. Puzzled still, in the cabin, I suddenly hear and the smell of the frangipani flower. At that point, I was so scared I almost peed myself. But then, things got worse when I heard it call my name and started laughing. After a while, sitting there and muttering prayers, The comm said it is okay to come down now. So I quickly took my stuff and go all the way down and asked, "What is that?" When I reached the bottom of the crane, I remembered everyone asking me if I am okay. I said yes. And when I asked what is it, they said the white cloth flew from the top of your crane to your cabin, and that is why we asked you to wait. At that point, everyone was scared cause we got disturbed by the kakak cantik. After that experience, I could not forget the voice of the lady in white, or the Pontianak, calling my name. Ali, Ali. Okay, I'm just kidding with you. But the Pontianak construction site is one of the most scariest ghost story I heard, because imagine working at a crane place, then after that you see a Pontianak at your roof and the thing flying around. So no way I'm gonna work at the construction and see Pontianak, okay? But yeah. So let's go to the next episode, which is the Hantu Kumkum at my door. Let's go. Hi, my name is Diana. This story happened to me 5 years ago when I was home alone. The story happened to me when I was 15 years old. That day when it happened, my parents was on a short trip to Johor Bahru, and usually when they go for a short trip like that, they usually come back at night. So being me and 15 having school that day, I did not want to follow. That choice I regretted. The day at school was usual. It was chill and relaxed. Then I went to my friend's place to study. So we studied till 5 p.m. Then we headed for dinner at another friend's place. The walk home was okay, but it seems a bit quiet for some reason. After the long walk home, I reached home at 6:15 p.m. I went into the shower, laid down on my bed, when suddenly, puzzled, thinking who could that be at this time, I walked towards my door, and suddenly the knocking stopped. Walking away from my door, the knocking started again. And this time, I heard someone giving greetings. Assalamualaikum. Then, after hearing that, I went to the door and opened it. After opening the door, I looked left and right. There was no one there. Scared now, and my heartbeat racing, I got shivers down my spine. I quickly closed the door and locked it. Then the door started knocking again, but now louder, sounding like banging noise. And what I hear again during the knocks are At that point, I was scared because suddenly, after hearing the greetings, I heard someone calling my name. Diana. Assalamualaikum. After hearing that, at that point, I ran towards my room door into the bed and covered my face with the blankets. And I have my phone with me, so I turned on prayers very loudly and hid in my bed shaking until my parents came back home. Till today, I am still shaken by this horrifying encounter because what I read online is that the kumkum is a ghost that will drink blood from young women. This is one of the most scariest video stories that I have ever get, because if you're young now, I'm old already, and you hear like the kumkum ghost calling your name at night when your parents is all overseas, I would literally shit myself. But let's continue, not about how I will shit my pants. Let's go to episode 59 of Supernatural Stories, the doppelganger. Let's go. So this story today is from Fee, and he has a scary story with the doppelganger. So let's start the story right here. Hi, my name is Fee. I work in a 9 to 5 environment in an office, and this story happened to me 3 years ago. So every day I go home, I will always see my mother at home. Sometimes I run home late, roughly around 8 p.m. But still, my mother is over there waiting for me to have dinner together. So, all of this happened this one day. While working in the office, my mother called me and she told me she will be at my auntie's house to accompany her till late night. So doing my work the whole day, I thought to myself, since my mother is not coming back home, why would I not want to go out with my friends for once? So I texted my friend and asked them if they would like to go out and eat for dinner. One by one they replied yes. So I continue doing my work, socializing with my colleagues and all. And then what happened? When I checked the time, it was already 5 p.m. Almost time to go out of work. So I clocked out, I took the train and meet my friends for dinner. After eating and having fun with them, the time passed very fast and it was already 8 p.m. Usually I'm at home at 8, but today I am still outside. So when I saw the time, I told my friends, let's go off soon. And my travel time was roughly around 30 minutes. I reached my block at 8:30. Throughout the whole journey, it was fine, until I walked past this one big tree. The whole night felt chilly, and I felt that the tree is a bit spooky. So after getting that feeling, I quickly rushed back home. And when I reached the home, I quickly opened the gate and put my shoes in my house and went straight to my room to lay down. But before I reached my room while walking towards it, I see my mother's room. What I see is her looking outside the window, just staring. So not thinking much, I quickly just put down my bags on my bed and proceeded to lie down. So after checking TikTok for around 15 minutes, I went out again. Then I looked at my mother. She was still there. And then I told her, "Ma, you back home so fast?" Then I can hear her say, Not thinking much, I went back to my bed to lay down. While laying down, I suddenly saw my mother slowly walk towards the kitchen. Then it suddenly came into my mind, and I shouted across my room and say, "How's aunt?" What I hear is just, So puzzled, thinking what's wrong with her, I went towards the kitchen, slowly creeped towards the kitchen to see what she's doing there. And when I reached there, she disappeared. And when I looked into her room, she's there again at the window. So thinking like she did not walk back, because after I see her walk towards the kitchen, I thought to myself like, how did she teleport, So puzzled still and just confused, I walked towards the room and slowly creeped towards her and slowly saying, Ma? Before I even reach her, a few centimeters from her shoulder, she suddenly started moving weird. Outside, looking at the window, she started rocking her head left and right. Just before my hand can touch her, she suddenly turned around. And what I saw was something looking like my mother, but with the eyes full black. Shocked, I fell to the floor and I scrambled towards my room. Suddenly, while hiding in my bed, I can hear something calling me. At that point, I was so scared. I closed my eyes for a moment and wishing it was all just my imagination. And then it just continued. But now, from the side of my door, I can see that creature peeking her head towards me like this. At that point, I know what I saw was real, so I quickly take my keys from my bag and I run past her. I run past that thing very fast. As I reach the door, I suddenly see that thing at my room door, slowly moving. And when I look at the door to unlock all, that thing was beside me. At that point, I nearly fainted, but luckily I managed to run out of my house. So what I did was just sit at the void deck of my block all the way till I see my mother come home. And when she reached home and I met her, I told her what happened, and she asked me did I wash my hands and feet before entering the room to lie down and continue with my time. Then it came to me that I have forgotten to do that. After that day, nothing else strange happened. But this is one of the most horrifying encounters I have ever had. Experiencing a doppelganger looking like my mother with the eyes full black and calling me. So the episode 59 of Supernatural Stories is a very, very scary ghost story also, because imagine going back home from a tired long day outside and then suddenly you see your mother, but after that it's not your mother and it was a ghost, which is a motherfucker. But anyway, sorry, mind my language. Thank you guys for watching season 12 of Supernatural Stories. These Supernatural Stories and the shorts that we posted is one of the most highly viewed on our channel. It's not the highest, the older ones are the highest because throughout time, but it's amazing that you guys enjoy the ghost stories, and I would love to have all your amazing comments, as I enjoy much replying them and talking to you guys. If you guys leave amazing comments on here too, I would really appreciate it. And I would like to know you guys, because I always have the idea of this channel having a very nice community, a community where we all can share our ghost stories, we all can talk our supernatural, confessions and like supernatural what you call that, experience, or like what you guys do, so that it would be fun for me to know. Honestly, for me, I would like to get the community together in this supernatural stories episode. Maybe you guys can send me a video of you guys like having a ghost stories in an interview. I can post in the shorts, I can post on the channel, because I feel that if you guys have a ghost story, or if you guys just want to talk, you guys can come here and talk, because I think it's okay. And you guys can also debate about the ghost, like in the past comment section, where people will say Pontianak is fake, then another person will say Pontianak is real, then after that another one will say, oh are you sure you sure Pontianak is fake? Huh you never kena ghost, right? Then another guy will say, yeah, it's real. Then they will start fighting in the comment section, because it's fun to see communications between the community, except if they start to fight each other. But it's okay, it's the community. Not everything is amazing, you know what I mean? So thanks for watching, guys. This is Supernatural Stories 12, and I really love making videos for you guys. Good night.